today is going to be different. And even though we're going to discuss some topics which aren't always easy, because they are something we all wonder about, I thought we're strong enough as an industry and as a service industry to start asking ourselves these questions. So I'm sure you've also wondered how and when the Arab Spring will burst onto the South African stage. Or has it already? We have service protests, we have Marikana, we have Diepsloot, we have Woolworths recruitment issues, we've got all of it. And we've got cell phones, which is a core enabler of an Arab Spring. Have you also wondered, maybe, why our FIFA South Africa was such a different place? It was visibly organized, it was an enjoyable country, and it was a community united by a wish to simply be a good host. We had something else we could focus on, and we did it wonderfully. Look at the tourism figures having gone up. But why aren't we sustaining that? Why do we all sense how, over the last year, service has simply made a turn for the worst? For the worse, sorry. So I want us to consider maybe today also what the Arab Spring means in terms of people power. If we look at Libya, if we look at Egypt, these were really citizens who rebelled and demanded a citizenship that unites as opposed to dividing. And when I read some of the horrendous comments on the Woolworths page and other issues which we have, it's often that we object towards being divided. We so want to be united. And I wonder sometimes whether that message ever comes across or whether it's about the content. We don't want, I don't think any of us want an us and them society anymore. And then we have the advent and the power of the connection technologies. Tools that connect people not only to vast amounts of information, even I am now connected. I protested and rebelled years against it, but yes, I'm connected. But we also connected to one another, and isn't that what might make the difference? What it does do is it makes the 21st century all about surprises. Governments, as we saw with the Arab Spring, were caught off guard when large numbers of their citizens, armed by nothing but phones, take part in mini rebellions. Some of our companies have been caught off guard when our consumers don't sweetly and obediently go to the web pages which we've created for them, or the Facebook we've created for them, but they go to Twitter or anywhere else which suits them. So we, I believe, will all be surprised by consumers who have little loyalty and no patience. You will hear so many wonderful things today, and one of the things in preparation that stuck in my mind is when Ed Carroll from ABSA said, it's our mission to make life easier for people. And that's as simple as it is, and that's what we set out to do. And it is perfect, and you'll see that that's what consumers want. If even the founders of Google have said, we've moved out of the industrial age and into the age of people. Isn't that one of the beautiful paradoxes in life, that it's never about what we say it is. Google is not about technology, it's about the age of the people. Some of you might have read that wonderful book of Richard Branson. He used to write these stupid books with one great idea in the book, and that's why you need to plow through them to get to that great idea. But what he has said is, in a new age of shared power, no one can make progress alone. So growing emerging markets and the mobile phone networks have actually become, or they are, a marriage made in heaven. And it changes everything we do. Phones now have become doctors, advisors, banks, entertainment areas, personal communities. Our life has changed. It's the age of people. What Branson goes on to point out, he says the bad news is that our leadership models have simply been unable to keep pace with these innovations. And why is that? It's because they've been built in silos. Now today, we have 200 plus leaders in this room. And I hope that after today, we will say, maybe we're ready to look at our own leadership and think about what we're going to do to be relevant in the age of people. What are we going to do to connect to our conscience in a society that's become more individualistic and more community-centric simultaneously?